Hi, my name is Esperanza Soriano-McCrary. I'm the Parent Engagement Specialist for the Clarksville-Montgomery County School System. Through our Family School Connection Parent Engagement Initiative and through these online learning sessions, we hope to connect our parents and families with tools and resources and answer some of their most frequently asked questions. Today I'm joined by Brett Burchwell, School Support Coordinator, and we'll be talking about the TSSAA Eligibility rules. So Brett, thank you for joining me.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So if a student changes school, can they still participate in athletics at their new school, having participated at their old school?
Yes, the answer to that is yes, but there are some rules that we have to meet and some criteria that is established. And the easiest way to become eligible in a different school zone, would be with a bona fide change of residence. And so if we as a family live in school zone A and we move to school zone B, and the key is what people get confused on, it's not just that we moved and we've got a new residence in school zone B, it's what you've done with your home in school zone A. And so the bona fide change of residence means I have vacated this home in school zone A, the home that we used to live in. That means no family members there, we can't go back there within 12 months. And so it has to be sold, rented. You have to verify that that property is no longer in use by you or your family. And that's the easiest way to say, yes, you're going to be eligible at a school if that happens. There are other options to become eligible, but they're a little bit more difficult. So my recommendation would be, if you plan on making a move, to contact the athletic director, either at the school that you're zoned for now or at the school that you plan to enroll your child in. And they'd be able to answer some of your questions.
Okay, so are there any extenuating circumstances that would allow a student who's played before at a school, has transferred, and can still play at the new school?
Yes, we would call those hardship, and that's what it's called in the rule book. And if the school deems that it's an extraordinary circumstance, we would first send a letter to the TSSAA saying, this is why we think this is a circumstance beyond what's normal. And it's called a hardship. And so it has to be something outside the student's control, meaning he had no variation and no determination in that. And so if we deem that, then the school can represent you and the parent and write a letter which is considered a hardship.
How long does it take to get that review and approval or denial after a parent has?
Well, it's just like with any governing body, you know, it doesn't take long. We have to do some background information, so we're going to need to talk with the student, obviously. We're going to probably have to talk to the parent to get all the details. And sometimes we have to ask questions that aren't comfortable for us and aren't comfortable for you as the parent. And it's not that we want to know that information, but we have to. If you want your child to be eligible to play sports, we have to go in those areas so that we can explain what the situation is. And the reply to those is not usually a big turnaround. Now, there is an appeals process to that. And so if they deny that, that's when the time frame can get extended a little bit, because you can go before the Board of Control at the TSSAA and appeal the director's decision. So if you get turned down and you feel like that he was wrong, that wasn't a good decision, and they only meet quarterly, and saying you've got to be on by a certain date, but that would be the only time that it would be extended beyond a week or two.
Okay. So what if a student attends one of the academies, one of our academies? How does eligibility work for them, knowing that their actual school is somewhere else?
Well, the great thing about it is the academies start when they're freshmen, so they don't have an athletic record, because when you start your freshman year, that's when your athletic record starts. And so the issues that come up, so the answer to your question is yes, they would be eligible no matter if they lived in school zone A and went to Z, B, or whatever. They would be eligible because they don't have an athletic record. We, the school system, have said that they can go to that school. The issue is if you get to that academy and you participate in athletics and then you decide, I want to go back to my zone school where my parents live, then we're going to have some issues, and you're probably not going to be eligible when you go back. But the initial, when you go to an academy school, yes, you would be eligible.
How long does a student have to sit out without being eligible to play before they can become eligible? Well, once they've moved.
As long as if you're deemed ineligible, because you're a transfer student that doesn't meet the criteria to be eligible, then you're going to go, it's going to be 12 months from your last date of participation. So if I played a basketball game February the 3rd, 2014, I'm not going to be eligible until February the 4th, 2015. So it's one calendar year, 12 months from your last date of participation in whatever sport it was.
Okay. Are there any exceptions to that rule?
No, either you're going to be eligible or not. Now, sometimes you can be allowed to play on the JV level. They may declare you ineligible to play on the varsity level, but you would still be able to participate because we're still in the kid business, and so some kids need those things. And so they will allow you to practice and participate on the JV level, just not on the varsity level.
Brett, thank you. That was some great information, and I think our parents would appreciate learning all of this. If you would like more information on our Family School Connection Parent Engagement Initiative, or you would like some information on becoming more involved in schools, please contact me or your volunteer coordinator at your child's school.